Right, welcome back. You've done a good job. You've just been doing brackets and you killed it. You were awesome. If you weren't awesome, you asked me questions. I helped you. Together we got through it. Fantastic. Now we're going to move on to quadratics. But before we actually look at a quadratic, let's remember what we were doing. Brackets, a plus b, c, yeah? So in this expression, you all saw that when we're expanding it, you're multiplying the first number by everything that's inside the brackets, and then you're adding those up. Easy as, right? You did a great job on those. However, we're looking at something like this, where we've got two brackets multiplying by each other. Two brackets multiplying by each other. That's a little bit less intuitive. We're not really sure. How are we going to do this? Well, the big thing is we're going to multiply all of them by all of them. And we're going to remember to do this by going through our FOIL method. We're going to multiply the firsts and then the outsides and then the insides and then the lasts. What does that actually look like? Well, we're going to look at our first terms. So we're separating these two. Let me change colors. We're separating these two expressions from each other. And we can see that we've got two first expressions. So this a and this c come at the beginning, and we're going to do our first multiplication first, yeah? And then we're going to move on to our outsides. Which are our outsides? Well, this is on the outside, and this is on this outside, right? This direction and this direction, those are on the outsides, okay? And then we're going to multiply the insides. Which are inside? Well, this here is the inside. So we're going to multiply the b and the c together, and then we'll multiply the lasts. We'll do last and last, yeah? And as long as we do all of that together, we're going to work out okay. Okay, so let's see how that actually works. A plus b times c plus d. And we're going to remember that our FOIL method is what we're working through. Okay, so let's look at our firsts. What are our firsts? A and c. So a times c. We're going to put those in brackets. And we're going to add our next term. Okay, what's our next? Well, we're going to do outsides, right? Outside is what's going to happen next. So this is outside and this is outside. A times d. And then we're going to add our next. Okay, what are we going to do last? Our insides, right? Which one's inside? Well, this is inside and this is inside. B times C. So let's open up a bracket. B times C, close a bracket, and we've got to do one more, right? One more is our lasts, and B and D are last. So open up a bracket, B times D, close that bracket. Now we just have to do everything that's inside those brackets. So AC plus AD plus BC plus BD. And then we've done it. Easy as, no problems whatsoever. You are amazing, we are amazing, easy. Oh no, oh, this looks a little bit more complicated, doesn't it? We've got letters, and we've got negatives, and we've got all sorts of things going on. But it's not any more difficult. It's not any more difficult. All we have to do is remember FOIL and make sure that we're doing it just straight through the way we would, okay? So let's look at our firsts to start off with. What are our firsts? E and F. Open up our bracket, E times F, close our bracket, add our next. So far, so easy, right? So far, so easy. Now we're gonna do outsides. This is where it gets a little bit more complicated. What's our outside? Well, we've got E and we've got negative 2G. You gotta make sure that you're keeping that operation with you. Gotta make sure you're keeping that operation. So open up some brackets, E times negative 2G, okay? Add the next term. What's the next term? Well, it's gonna be our insides, okay? This is inside and this is inside. Remembering, that operation is really important. I'm going to get rid of some of these marks here so that we can look at it really clearly. Negative 5 times f. Okay, you got to keep that operation on here. Negative 5 times f, close brackets, add our next term. And then we're going to do our lasts, right? Which ones are our lasts? Negative 5, negative 2g. So opening up our brackets, negative 5 times negative 2g, and then we close our bracket. So now we've gone through our FOIL method. We've gone through the FOIL method, and now we just need to simplify it down, right? So let's start at the left again. E times F, what's that going to be? EF. Easy, don't have to do anything else there, okay? Now, negative 2EG. This one, negative 2EG, negative 2EG. Why did we do EG instead of GE? Why did we do that? Because we keep it alphabetical. That's just the convention. It doesn't make any difference really, but we keep it alphabetical just so we can make our equations look pretty. Yeah? Right, we're going to add our next term. Negative 5 times F, negative 5F, right? Super easy. And then we're going to add our final term, negative 5 times negative 2G. Negative times a negative is going to be a positive, so we're going to come out with 10G, right? Easy. Now, here's the last things that we need to note, right? Last things that we need to note is we've got this negative, we're adding a negative here, and we're adding a negative there. When we're adding a negative, what does that work out to? We're going to subtract the whole thing, right? So our final equation is going to be oh, whoops, that doesn't look right, does it? EF minus EG minus 5F plus 10G. Yeah? Easy. Easy, 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 easy. Okay, here's where you give it a go yourself. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to pause the video and you're going to go. You're going to get a piece of paper, pen, pause the video, give it a go. This is another one of those children's TV moments where I'm like, can you see Swiper in the background? There's Swiper there. He's over here and he's a little thing that's, where's Swiper? Oh, Swiper's over there. Yeah, I can hear you saying, I can hear you doing basically that, except now you're doing maths. So good work. Nice job. Tick. Okay, that's enough time. Now we're going to do it together. G, remember, big thing, FOIL, right? We're working with FOIL. So what is our first? Our first is G and G. Nice, G and G. So we're opening up our brackets. G times G, really simple. Add the next thing. Yeah, what's the next thing? Our outsides. What are our outsides? G and negative 7, right? G and negative 7. So G times negative 7. Adding the next term. What's our next term? Our insides. What are our insides? 14 and G. Yeah, so 14 times G, close the brackets, add the next thing. What's the next thing? That's our lasts, right? Our lasts are 14 and negative 7. So 14 times negative 7 equals, right, so now we've done all that. Now we can do what's inside the brackets. So what's inside the brackets here? Inside the brackets there, G times G is G squared. Really simple. Yeah. What's in the next brackets? G times negative 7 equal to negative 7G, right? Really, really simple. What's inside the brackets here? 14 times G, 14G. Add the next. What's the next? 14 times negative 7. 14 times negative 7, what is that? Negative 98. Negative 98. Yeah? You can use a calculator for this, obviously, if you want to. Calculators aren't cheating, right? What's the only thing that we have to remember now? Last thing that we have to remember, we're adding a negative number over here. Okay, we're adding a negative number. So, I did it again. Go back to this pen. G squared minus 7G plus 14G minus 98, right? Because again, negative number being added. So we're going to just subtract that. Okay? Does that look like it's done? Well, it's not. If you said yes, you're wrong. Yeah? We have two terms here that need to be reduced. Yeah, this could still be simplified. They are matching terms. We can subtract 7G from 14G. So final thing that we're going to do, negative 7, 14 minus 7 is going to be 7G minus 98. So this is our expanded simplified expression. Okay? Nice. right? Here's one that doesn't look the same at all, does it? Why doesn't it look the same? Can you figure this out? Have a go at figuring it out. Why does that look so much different from what we're used to? We're used to seeing this sort of thing here going on, right? We want 4 different terms. We want them in 2 different brackets. So why do we have only one bracket? Well, let's think about something else. Yeah, 5 squared. What is that equal to? 5 squared is equal to 5 times 5, right? What's x squared equal to? X squared is equal to x times x, right? So x plus 5 squared is equal to x plus 5 times x plus 5, which all of a sudden looks a lot more like what we're used to seeing. Looks a lot more like what we're used to seeing, right? So we can use this new equation. We'll get rid of this trash so we don't have to focus on that. We can use this new expression to work through what we want to do. Once again, we're going to look at FOIL here. We're going to look at FOIL. So what's our first number? Well, our first numbers are x and x. So we can open up our brackets. We can go x times x. Close brackets, add the next thing. The next thing, what is that? Outsides. Outsides are x and 5. So opening up, x times 5. Close brackets, add the next expression. Insides. Here's an inside, plus 5 and x. So we can do 5 times x. And our final expression is going to be our last, which is 5 times 5. Open this up, 5 times 5. Easy, right? Super, super easy. Then we just do what's inside the brackets. X squared plus 5x plus 5x. Should have used different colors for this. Sorry, team. Plus 5x plus 5x plus 5 times 5, 25. Now, not quite done, right? Because we can still simplify this further. We can still simplify this further. We've got the same terms right here. Those are both like terms, right? So final thing we could do before we get our answer, x squared plus 5x, that's 10x plus 25. So this here is the expanded form of that expression there. Yeah? Easy, easy, easy. Now go to your worksheet. Should be straight up simple. You're the best. You rock. Go do it. Ask me questions if you need to. I'm on Teams. Yeah? Nice. Go.